Welcome back to Dirty Slots, the show where we fill your slips. I'm Ryan.
This is Louie.
We're back to give you 6 more picks, 3 from me, 3 from him. Take them if you want, leave them if you don't. I don't care. What I do care about is our new merch. We got these hats. Zoom in on the hat. Alright, that's enough time on the hat. Down to the shirt. Alright, that's enough. But yeah, we got hats, we got shirts now. You get a hat, you get a shirt, you get some stickers. We also got new stickers that we'll be handing out just if you fucking see us, basically. Alright, but let's get right into it. With my first game, I got the New York Jets Moneyline versus the Houston Texans. Honestly, this is just a dumpster fire of a fucking game. And I'm showing bias to Robert Saleh because he was the 49ers defensive coordinator over the past however many years. And, yeah, with the way that Matt White's been hucking that ball around, even though I was hearing that Joe Flacco might be starting.
Yeah.
Which I really hope doesn't happen. But I'm pretty sure that's going to happen. But, yeah, just to begin with, I can't trust Houston either. Houston's an absolute dumpster fire. The Jets are a dumpster fire. But at least I feel like the Jets' dumpster fire could be put out. That's my only real reasoning for taking the Jets is Robert Saleh, essentially.
Yeah, I doubt either of us are going to be watching that game. It's going to be nice to look at the box score after, though.
Yeah, that one's literally just going to be like, oh, wow, they won.
Oh, or did they cover?
Yeah, basically.
Okay, for my first game here, I got the Titans versus the Patriots. So I believe it's a +7, by the way. Titans versus Patriots. Titans +7. The Titans last week, they got beat by, the Texans? Trap game. This isn't who they are. People are overreacting.
I mean, I've been calling them frauds for years, but this year they've been covering. So I've been giving them the benefit of the doubt, but if they drop another one, I'm going to probably start calling them frauds again.
Yeah, this is a big one, going up against the Patriots.
So they're being put on fraud watch right now.
Fraud watch. The Patriots, last week they smacked Atlanta, 25-0. I think people are overreacting to the Patriots and overreacting to the Titans as well. The +7 is just a big score. Patriots are a defensive team, and the Titans are going to stay in it. So, yeah, I just got the Titans +7 on this one. I see it as two overreactions are going to lead to this big spread right now.
All right. And then my second game, I got the Seattle Seahawks and the Washington football team over 46.5. That seems like a lot of points, especially for a Washington football team game. Yeah. But the way that I'm looking about it is Russ is now going to be back for his 3rd straight week. His finger's going to get better. That Washington defense, they've been stepping up a little bit, but they still don't have Chase Young. So eventually that pass rush isn't going to be able to get back there as often, which will give Russell Wilson time to air it out to fucking DK Metcalf or give it to Lockett like 20 times in the game. And also just both defenses, or at least the Seattle defense, you just can't trust it for anything. So hopefully Heineke and that offense could get at least a couple touchdowns, and then Russ could just carry the rest of the way with the Seahawks and their explosive offense.
Yeah, no, that Washington D, it was disappointing all year with Chase Young.
Yeah, right.
So without Chase Young, I like the sneaky over on this one. 46 isn't too much either. For my next game, I have the Philadelphia Eagles -3.5 versus the New York Giants. So I have Devontae Smith on my fantasy team. A little bit of bias here, but ever since him and Jalen Hurts had that talk a few weeks ago, Jalen's been throwing dimes to him. And just their offense has been really high-powered recently. And going against the Giants, I'm not a Daniel Jones fan. No Saquon.
No Daniel Dimes.
Yeah, Kenny Galladay dropped 2 points last week in fantasy. I'm not really scared of the Giants. I think the 3.5 is too close. It is a divisional matchup, but if you're just looking at talent and the way they've been playing, the Eagles should win by a couple touchdowns, maybe 10, 14.
You talking about the Eagles is making me get into my next pick at the Bills -5.5 this week versus the New Orleans Saints.
Yeah.
The Bills have been pretty disappointing the past few weeks. I mean, losing to the Jags a few weeks ago, and then, they blew out the Jets the next week, but, everybody's seen that coming.
Yeah.
And then to get beat how they did against Indiana last week, I could see this is really a statement game for the Bills. And with the Saints slipping, especially how they did last week, or getting blown out how they did last week, and the Bills needing to prove something, I'm going to ride with the Bills on the -5.5.
Yeah. No, I think, again, people overreact to things. And -5.5, I think that's kind of small. Like, if they're going to win, they're usually a team that
that's
runs it
also
up.
you talking bias about 49ers wanting to get into the playoffs.
What? No, Bills against the... No way. No. Against the Saints?
Has nothing to do with you.
Zero.
The Saints
The Eagles slapped them last week. Why would it, the Bills should beat them, and it's overreaction. Bills -5.
So it has nothing to do with if the 49ers beat the Vikings this week and the Saints lose, we're in the playoffs. Like,
well, we're in the playoffs if we beat the Vikings either way, because the Vikings are the team above us.
yeah, but we'd be in a more comfortable spot.
I guess I'm a Niners fan, but I wasn't thinking that. Like, that wasn't at all in my head, but it would be awesome.
Subliminally, it was. You just didn't know it.
Okay, going into my same game parlay here, I have the Chargers -2.5 versus the Broncos. You know, I like Vic Fangio. I like that Broncos defense. But the Chargers last week just showed they were offensive dominance against the Steelers.
They're an offensive wagon.
Yeah, and going against that, though, they're inconsistent. The Chargers have been inconsistent. And with the high power last week, I can see them winning this game, but I'm going with the under 48 here. I like Denver's defense. Surtain's good. They have good players there. They'll hold the game low. I just don't like their offense at all. I think it's going to be a 20-10 game. I see Chargers winning, but not by much. Eckler should have a good game. He should be one of the main ones to have a good game.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, it's going to be a gross game, I think. But
yeah, even if it came out to like a 27-13 game, that's still the under.
Yeah, I don't see the Broncos offense covering. That's my main thing. I think the Chargers will win pretty easily. But the big thing for me here going the under is the Broncos offense. Teddy B or who's the other guy?
Drew Lock.
Drew Lock.
The golden child?
Yeah.
The chosen one?
Neither of them are the right one out there.
He's got moxie. He's got spunk. I like the kid.
Moxie. He's a good bench guy.
He's a great dancer on the bench.
Yeah, so Chargers -2.5 with the under 48 against the Broncos. Same game parlay.
All right, for sure. All right, then we got my last parlay. I don't know if I can call it exactly a money shot because this shit hasn't been hitting lately, but you know, zoom in. It's time. It's time. First game, we got the Bears. Bears. Only reason, they're playing the fucking Lions. Are the Lions due for a win? Yes, but it's Thanksgiving. And it's the Lions. That's all I need to say. Next, we got Dallas Cowboys versus the Las Vegas Raiders. They just lost one against the Chiefs, so they need to come back and win this game. And we're just going to keep fading the Chiefs. They're a fucking dumpster fire with no real end in sight. So until they prove me wrong, I'm against the Raiders every fucking week. And then my last game. Going back to that Buffalo Bills versus New Orleans. We got over 46. Josh Allen's going to want to come in and make a statement. He's going to want to pass that ball up and down the field. I wouldn't be surprised if Cole Beasley gets another 12 receptions. It's going to be one of those types of games where it's just all of a sudden Cole Beasley is the MVP of the game and you're just looking at it like, how did this happen? But it won't matter because the Bills somehow have 44 points while the Saints hopefully have about 20, so that my over coasts. But that's the parlay.
That's the money shot.
The money shot. Alright, that'll do it for this episode of Dirty Slots. Louis, get back in here. Yep, snap. Alright.
Bing bong.
Fuck your life. Bing bong.
Bing bong. You see our picks in your front yard, you know we smashing. Bing bong.
Okay.